What's going down, everyone? And if you're tuning in, you're wondering, what's going on with the Days Gone 12 gigabyte freaking patch? Like, holy crap. And when you pull up everything and you go into the past the point, and even go into the dig point of like, hey, let's see if they have any really good patch notes, it's literally just this bug fixes. What necessitates 12.83 gigabytes? Well, we're gonna search the web and try to find out. So let me go ahead and quickly pull up what I got, and we'll go from there. And then I'll take a few Q&A at the very end and show a pretty funny bug that actually happened to me in one of the main storylines, which I thought was very interesting. Let's see here. There we go. Move the camera over there to the left. Forgot to fix that little overlay. But you can see that we're here, and on Ben's Studio on Red, you can find a lot of fun stuff in the situation. Now, one of the fun things that they actually dropped to the table, which is pretty chill, is past the point of what you can actually get in Hey, the Ends Meet. You can also find out other line wires that they're trying to send around, which is kind of cool. So I usually utilize and check that. But if you see right here past that, even I was not the only person that was wondering what the heck, and I'm kind of glad that I wasn't the only one that got that big of a size of a file. Sometimes you'll notice when you drop these updates, sometimes they'll range depending on where you're getting them geosynchronized. It's just really weird. But if everyone's getting the 12.8 gig, then that's very interesting. It makes me wonder if they're setting up for like a DLC, because they were kind of chiming in the LimeWire. If you can kind of see right there where they're talking about like a DLC directly right here in the blog, which we'll pull up real fast. I thought that was very interesting. Now, one of the unfortunate things that Days Gone, you can see the kickoff in June, so they're probably setting up a lot of the groundwork, because remember, it's the 21st. We're only literally about like 9 days away from the actual physical point. So this is them dropping a lot of cool fun stuff for that situation. So going past that and everyone going jaw dropped of what is up with this 12.9 12 gigabyte freaking 09 patch, well, you can see right here where the glitches come into play. Binoculars no longer work despite the resetting. The scraps is the limit to the 10 despite the double inventory and the reset. Not able to craft melee weapons in the weapon wheel. Seriously? 1.08 broke the game. It made my freaking car fly in the air. It had like junk in the trunk, and it was just like freaking like, felt like it was like some Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory entry, and it was very interesting. Past that, I've picked up another situation. Now, freak swarms, those are actually pretty just interesting. I was reading that myself. But broken bugs and fixes that they knew about in this point in the discrete. Only 2 missions have the infiltration, and this is the one that I actually had. And if this is the same exact situation that I have, is let me see. I pulled it up right here. What ends up happening is, if you can see, when we kind of get around this bend, you're trying to get into the camp. So you're trying to get to Iron Mike, and Iron Mike is just not digging like you at this point in time. So you're trying to throw the rock, and normally you can do that and trying to select it. And you can see, I'm like, all right, let me just select this instead of throwing a Molotov cocktail. And the next time I select it, it doesn't let me engage it. Now, I tried it over and over again, and it didn't even work until I got out of the mission about like 20 to 30 minutes later, where I reselected it and it bugged out, but then it realized, and it was only pertained to just this mission. So I thought that that was very interesting, and I wanted to showcase that, where you can kind of see where that weird little hook thing they came into play. That, I don't know what the hell happened right there, but that had a major part to play with it. But let's go ahead and take a look at dive into like what the actual DLC, what they're talking about. As they say, Days Gone is almost into the Ben Studio awesomeness. The 3 modes of difficulties and the shipped on the 26th of April, which we all started to situationally see. Oh, this game is amazing. And like you have a plus about, like, let's see here, the survival skill is a plus 30 hours in the Golden Path, and more in the open world as you explore around the actual portions of Oregon. But they want to make it past that, and that's where I'm like really awesomely getting like coolly excited, because now it's like this is what is basically going to be the inclusive point of what they basically just dropped. And I think that this is where, as you can kind of see, that like past the modes and the bikes and the hordes and the challenges that you can see that just came to play. And this is an old post, obviously. You can see right there the 24th is quite some time ago. It was like a month ago. But now as we catch up and go into these like bigger portions of what they install, like it makes you wonder, what is next and what will they fix? And I'm hoping that there's a lot of stability. I mean, seeing like my car trunk open and the bike fly 50 feet in the air and then fall down was amazingly funny, but at the same darn time, like, these are bugs that are going to be more I guess, continuous if they don't end up patching it with something pretty steady. And I guess they definitely took that into account. Now let's go ahead and just check real fast and see if there's anything that they may have patched since then. I'm just trying to like scout out. Let's go ahead and hit Ben Studio again because they're pretty good. Like, I have to admit, their company is amazing with like updating. I just happened to catch this on the cusp, and I wanted to see, put my filler out there and see what everyone's experiencing for the 1.09. So this is really just a soft patch notes. This isn't really an official one because I don't have the readout from them. This is me taking into like what's the accountability of what I've experienced, what others experienced, and like take that for what it is. But this is your boy MacGyver7th signing out. I don't have anything else past this, and I'm really, really juiced to see and get into some gameplay. So I'm going to end this, let this kind of SEO, see if they have like some patch notes that like pop in. Maybe we'll get into some gameplay. We'll go knock out some days and like see what they fixed in the stability. Because I did notice in 1.08 myself, I experienced irritation for the first time in this game because I was like, what the hell? This game kind of seemed really good at 1.07 and 6, but they had audio